This week on Trans Youth Channel, Adam regrets the decision to cut his own hair. It'll be fine, they said. Clippers are easy, they said. No, but really, this week on Trans Youth Channel, we are talking about a very important topic that I'm very excited about, and that is trans people of color. Yes! I will not be talking too much, because as you can see, I am not a trans person of color, and I would rather this topic be spoken about most by trans people of color, who we will be hosting on our channel, some of whom are bloggers with us, and some of whom will be guests. And I'm very excited about that, very excited to have that perspective on this channel. But I will say a few things. Do I think that trans people of color have a more difficult time than white trans people? Yes. Yes, yes, yes is the answer to that question. All of the above. Trans people of color, especially trans women of color, have an incredibly difficult time. They are subjected to much more harassment and abuse on average than white trans people of color. Did I say white trans people of color? That's not what I meant to say. White trans people. There are too many words. Ugh. While I'm not a fan of comparing experiences and saying that one is worse or harder, more difficult than the other, because all of our experiences are different, they're all unique, and we try not to generalize. But on average, trans people of color and trans women of color are more often killed, more often harassed, abused, suffer discrimination. There's a pretty clear divide in that regard between white trans people and trans people of color. My friend is a trans person of color. He's a trans man, and he is a rad dude. I love him. He's awesome. He is a theater techie guy. He's a spoken word artist, and he writes some incredible, on-point stuff. He is just awesome. And he will hopefully be making a video this week. I hope so. He's just an awesome dude, and I find it so refreshing and humbling to hear about his experiences as a trans person of color. To those of you who face racial discrimination in addition to dysphoria, gender dysphoria, I don't know what advice I could give you, because none of this is your fault. I don't like that I'm using the word fault, because it's not a fault. It's a facet of your identity. It's something that should be celebrated in society. And it's not, and that makes me angry and frustrated and sad, and I know that those feelings that I'm having as a white trans person are only magnified and made more personal for trans people of color. And so I'm going to leave it there, because I want to hear the perspectives of trans people of color, and let's bring it on. I'll be back next week. Hopefully my hair will have grown a little more by then. And have a great week, everyone. Bye. This week's topic is therapy, specifically LGBT therapy, and the importance of it, and what to look for in an LGBT-friendly therapist.